fans. These were two fights we really wanted to see, and it looks like we'll never get them. Canelo Benavidez and Boots and Bud. I believe you sparred Boots too. I think Brad was telling me that last week.
Me and Boots. I sparred Boots coming up out of the amateurs. He was coming up out of the amateurs, and you going to roll, and he was coming out of the amateurs hot, and was beating a bunch of guys, and I was getting ready for some fights. And, we was working at that time, and he's an incredible talent. I knew back then he was an incredible talent. I think he sparred maybe like a year and a half ago or something like that. He's gotten even better.
So you sparred him recently too, not just coming out the amateurs.
Yeah. Well, when we sparred, he probably had like 10 fights, and then when later on in his career, like maybe a year and a half ago, we sparred. I got a couple rounds in before I had a fight coming up. He's gotten even better. So that's my friend. He's cool. I'm proud of him. See how far he has come. See how he has handled it, and seeing how he still puts the hard work in. And even though he's reached, where a lot of fighters have always dreamed to reach, he's still working hard. So I said Terence. Boots. He's like the next Terence Crawford for that 147 division.
Yeah. We never got it. What do you think would have happened if they would have shared the ring? Say for Undisputed at 147. Say Crawford after the Spence fight was like, you know what? I'm going to defend the titles against Boots.
That's a great, intriguing fight. It reminds me of like Terry Norris and Sugar Ray Leonard.
I said Mike McCallum and James Toney.
The same kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. I think if I'm gonna push for somebody, I'll be pushing for Boots. I'm closer to Boots.
Right.
But man, Terence Crawford is a bad boy. And I think that it would be a great fight. But I think that Boots is a naturally bigger guy. It would have gave Crawford problems. But as accurate as Crawford is, that would have been a tough fight. But that's a fight we really have to see in the ring. And if it never happens, then it's a hypothetical. And unfortunately, we just gonna have to just put it on the game and see what the games they are.
Yeah.
But or just put it in the simulation. But that's what happens in boxing. Every fight can't be made and always be made. And there's some fights that we always wish we have seen. Like Tito Trinidad and Sugar Shane Mosley. Great fights like that. What would have happened? We'll never know. But that's what makes boxing great. You can always talk about it, and it's a great conversation.
Was Boots the more athletic fighter, but Crawford the more savvy and crafty guy a little bit?
I would say that Boots is more explosive.
Okay.
Crawford is super athletic as well, though, man. Super athletic. But Boots was a little bit explosive.
And then
but it comes from. I'm sparring Crawford at 35, and then I'm sparring Boots at 24, 25. So it's a different kind of man.
That's why I kind of set it up that way. Like, was one guy, a little quicker, a little younger and twitcher, but the other guy maybe a little smarter.
Put it like this: when me and Boots spar, we fighting. When me and Crawford was sparring, he's trying to get to a certain spot and he's working on stuff, and then he's trying to turn it up as the rounds go on. It's like it's a little more strategy.
Chess.
But that's just the nature of the work, and Boots is getting that. And when he gets these experiences and he's winning these big fights, you get that same experience. But that doesn't change what will happen in the fight, because when those type two things clash, it's whoever hits first. The guy who wants it, he might comes out swinging. The Mike Tyson and 19-year-old Mike Tyson might get him before Crawford is even able to plan anything in the later rounds. He might not make it to the later rounds, or there's a chance that Crawford will be able to take him to the later rounds and then be able to do something with him and hurt him and be able to finish the fight. So it's a great way to think about it. I think Terence Crawford has had a great career, and Boots is going to have a great career when it's all said and done.
But our homework assignment was Terry Norris versus who?
Sugar Ray Leonard.
Oh, okay. Okay, okay, I seen that. Yeah, I seen that one. Yeah. Well, Ray was a little older.
Yeah. But Ray a little older. Right. You got Terry Norris with that super athletic, great jab. Everybody was talking about him, and sometimes youth beats the legend. And
Terry Norris had that belt like 4 times. Defended it, I think, like 15, 16 times.
Terry Norris is special.
Yes.
He was special.
Yeah.